Hello and welcome to Bay of Fundy Fortunes. I'm Natalie. I'm an empath and intuitive card reader. I'm here this evening. I'm going to start this already. Sorry. I'm here this evening to do the general monthly reading for the month of April 2017 for the sign of Leo the Lion. Luscious Leo the Lion. I know so many Leos. They're not all the same either. You guys can be pretty complex. We're asking Masters of the Universe and Masters of the Natural World Order and the Spirit Guides to please bring forth any messages for the sign of Leo the Lion for this general monthly reading for April 2017. And we thank you for this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Excuse me. Now they're going everywhere. Do this to me. This is a general reading for those of you that are new to the tarot community on YouTube. What that means is that this is not a personal reading, so it's not going to be 100% directed at you. And if you wanted that, you would require a private reading from me. Information for that's found down below in the description and more area. And just read through that once, please. And then take the email that you see for me. That's the only email I have. I do everything through that email. And just get a hold of me and we'll take it from there. For those of you new to YouTube in general, the red subscribe button beneath this video window, if you click it, you will then be notified every time I post any new videos. Leo, messages for Leo. Please bring forth messages for Leo. Let's have a good, hot, steamy reading. Lots of juice. And lots of meat. And there we go. That's it. All right. Let's see. Okay. Your overall energy for this 5-card spread is the King of Cups. And he represents understanding. The second card in your wealth and finances, restrictions, the 8 of Swords. Some decisions with money matters going on there. Your hearth, your home, and the people in your life that you love. Page of Pentacles, bringing messages of opportunity. Your challenges for April. Trying to create a vision, trying to see what's coming. 2 of Wands represents vision. And your 5th and final card is the 6 of Swords. This is your message from Spirit. It's all about calm. All right. And for those of you that are new, when the 5 cards have been exhausted of their messages, I pull one significator. Once again for the overall reading. What needs to be highlighted? If there's something in the 5-card spread, this card will bring it to the forefront and spotlight it by itself. Also, if something really needed to be have its own center of attention outside of this 5-card spread, then it'll show up here. So your very first card, Leo, is the King of Cups, and he's all about understanding. And this is a beautiful energy to have. Overall, well-rounded energy. He's a good guy. He's one of the good guys. He makes the ideal mate, be it an ideal friend or an ideal mate, as in a romantic a mate. He has high integrity, strong integrity. He has high morals. He believes in justice, and he believes in all the things that are right and all the things that are good. He's loyal to the very, very end. Sometimes this is the you card. Other times it can be a real person. For some of you, this is an actual human being that is going to come into your life if they are not already there. And some of you may recognize this human being. He has a tendency to feel everything out, and most times his emotions show and they're very apparent. He's loyal to everything that he gives himself to, right through to the very, very end. And there's one, but he's human. So once in a blue moon, if he can't make sense of something that's going on, he pulls back, he retreats a little bit, and he gets quiet and introspective, and he needs his space when that happens until he gets a grasp on what's going on around him. This card is also here to indicate that balance is needed. And he's here to remind you that empathy is needed when dealing with other people as well. And the essence of what fairness is, that comes into play as well during the month of April. The advice of the card is to follow your emotions. There's no need to explain yourself, because with this energy as well that comes with him is everything is right here. So you have no need to explain yourself to anybody. Everybody's going to know exactly where you stand on any given moment, on any given subject. Always trust your gut at this time when this guy shows up as well, because he's all about intuition and knowledge, insight into the human psyche, very sharp on that. He calls them as he sees them. He can see through anything. He sees everything for what it actually is. A lot of clarity coming through on that as well. Keywords are finances, empathy, sensitivity, loyalty, and home, your overall energy. The second card that I pulled for you is the Eight of Swords. It's all about restriction. I gotta chill here. It's cold. It's not cold. It's kind of damp here tonight. But anyway, here we go. Okay. Restrictions in your finances, in your wealth sector. So when this card shows up, not so much that it's bringing about a change, it's acknowledging that there's been a change for you, for some of you in your work sector. There's been a change for some of you in your relationship sector as well. Some of you are going to find that the change in your relationship sector is that some of your relationships have come to a bit of a halt. They've hit a stalemate. And you can't move. You're almost bound by too much responsibility and too many restrictions as well. Some of you out there, somebody isn't free to commit. And what you suppose that means? I'll let your imagination run away with you. If somebody's not free to commit, you know, if it is work related or they're tied up with their life, it's that other little tiny glitchy thing that can get in the way of two people when one isn't free to commit. And we'll leave it at that, because yeah, we're just never mind, cuz we're just going to leave it at that. The advice of this card is to get practical. I'm hearing, give your head a shake, get real. That's what I'm hearing. Leo, give your head a shake and get real. Remember, general reading isn't meant for everybody. Only maybe a handful, maybe 5 out of 2,000. We'll say that's a safe number right there. Give your head a shake and get real. That's what I heard. All right. The card's telling you need to get control of your own life and your future. Oh, excuse me. Never mind what others think at this time too. So don't be sensitive to judgment by others, because you know that's something that people can be really good at. Is pointing that finger and gossiping, and they shouldn't, and she shouldn't, and they should have, and they shouldn't have. A lot of that going on, especially if you backtrack a few words back to, unable to commit. There'll be a lot of gossip around that situation, big time. Even still, excuse me. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what other people think. It doesn't matter what they say. You're not going to care about their opinions at all. And if you do, you shouldn't. This is your life. The choices that you make, be them good choices, be them bad choices, they're your choices, and you're the one that lives and walks in those decisions, not anybody else, especially at this time. So don't be feeling like, well, what's everybody going to think about me? What are they going to say if they ever find out? Free yourself by being less tolerant of others is the major message of this card right here. And then the restrictions that are on you won't feel so damn limiting. And feeling that you're being held back. Sometimes we get feeling held back and we don't even know why. But if you stop and you examine it, you can answer that question yourself. Why? Why are you feeling held back? What is it that you want that you can't have and you feel is holding you back because you can't have it? By that person that isn't able to commit? How much do you think they're holding themselves back? And I can't pigeonhole everybody. Some people get into situations that they should have never gotten into. And all that means is that they're, they're human and they make mistakes. We have desires, we have wants, we have needs. And if they're not being met, we hunger for that. And, if somebody sets out a tiny little bowl of food, this is a metaphor, are we going to go, well, that bowl's just kind of sitting there with food in it and I'm like really, really, really hungry. Do you want to dive, do a face plant into that bowl? Or does it belong to somebody else? And your face has no business in there. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I'm being bad. You got no faces, no business doing a face plant in somebody else's dessert bowl. You just don't. And that's the way it is. And if you go ahead and do that, you may end up with egg on your face. So find your scrambled eggs somewhere else. Yeah, go scramble your eggs someplace else. Jesus. Oh my goodness sakes, that's so funny. So anyway, do your own thing. Go to the beat of your own drum at the end of the day. You're the one that has to pay the price if there's going to be a price to be paid. It isn't me, it isn't your friends, it isn't your family. It isn't anybody. You're the one. You're born alone, you die alone, you live one life in between point A and point B. What you do is your business. If you want to go after forbidden fruit, because that's what I'm getting from this card, you'll pay the financial price usually. In the old days, the old school, women would say, if they were going through a breakdown in a marriage, or just a plain relationship, the women would say, usually this advice came from the mothers of the women. Okay, this scorned woman, and the mother would look at her daughter, her grown daughter, that was crying off in the corner and couldn't handle losing the man of her dreams. And the mother would say, you want to get even? You want to fix him? Yeah, hit him in the wallet. And is what's going to go on here. 2 or 3 generations later, that will still hold true. I'm just giving you a heads up for those that have the wallet, that this could happen to you. So you could pay a financial price. In the end, in the bigger picture, maybe not right now. Not right now. Everything seems cool. You're not really worried. You know who you are. Just be very, very, very careful. Your keywords are separation and fear, burden, a lack of vision, which would mean living in the moment at times when maybe you shouldn't be just living in the moment. At times when you should be thinking about the drill down effect off of your actions. I can go out and have a night of fun and go home, back to my life. Really? How small is your town? How small is your city? Do you believe in coincidence, fate, destiny? You think that nothing's ever going to come out of that? Nobody's ever going to know. Believe you me, somebody's going to know. There's always somebody that's going to know. That's just life. That's just the luck of the draw. Yes. So you've got um for the other keywords are lack of vision, being stuck in the moment, responsibility, and change. And that was just a crazy card for your financial sector. That was just a hoot and a half. Your hearth, your home, everything with the people and the love that you have for those people in your life. It is the Page of Pentacles, and it's all about opportunity. Okay. So when this card shows up, it's here to bring you good news in relation to education, in relation to work. This card brings hope, and a wish can be granted as well at this time. This young man or young woman, because it's genderless, even though it shows a mer boy. This is genderless, but it is a message coming from a young person, just for you. So, do you hear the echo effect on that? There's a reason for that. Think about it. Think about it. Nothing is a one-time pop in a an area of space. There's always going to be an echo effect that comes back. For every action is a reaction. For every cause, an effect, and on and on. You've got to remember these little things about life. These are the basics of the human spirit, and the energies that uphold us, the energies that give us the life, that give us the juice and the meat, and the passion. There's passion. I feel passion here in this card. Red, hot, steamy passion, overflowing. So, Leo, yeah, cool your heels. Leo, you need to cool your heels. Where's this all coming from tonight? I have no idea. Oh my goodness sakes. Some of you are going to be approached and given a new job offer. I'm trying to stay serious here. Moving through, some of you may be moving. At least it's weighing heavy on your mind. You're thinking about moving. And for those of you that where you got that in your head that I've got to get out of here, I've got to move, I need something new. It's time to move on and take up another residence in another area. For those of you that are in that zone right now, and that's your concerns that you're dealing with a little bit every day, now's the time to do it. So for those of you that were toying with it, now's the time to get your head down, get out the want ads, the flyers, the real estate guides, and put your nose to it. There's something that's parked off to the side somewhere, sits way back in off the road. It's quiet and demure and modest and humble, and it's got your name written all over it. Your little paradise, your little piece of heaven. So when you're looking at the real estate guys, don't look at the big fancy splashy stuff that's right up front that they really want you to see. Go in behind. Go to the back pages where, little inconspicuous places, the little houses that usually, will sit for a year or two before they sell. Those are the ones you want to be looking at. That is what I'm hearing for you, Leo. The advice of this card is to look for offers of property. There you go. As far as work goes, there's good changes on the horizon for some of you. Also, again, we're going over contracts and paperwork, and look for details. Look for things that are wrong. Go over everything with a critical eye. Your keywords are money and messages, work, luck, communications, confidence, and a really good word, being left with optimism. This all revolves around your home life, your home, and the people that you love. So you can put those pieces together. For some of you, they may make sense. Okay, so the fourth card is your challenges for the month of April, Leo. This is a Two of Wands, and this is all about vision. And I'm hearing lack of vision. Can't see past the nose on your own face. Lack of vision. Right off the top is what I'm feeling. The card is also here to tell you, you may at this time meet somebody that is your twin flame, your mirror image, that we tend to be attracted. We're not conscious of this, but science says that we are attracted to familiarity. And what that means is somebody that reminds us of ourselves. There's endorphins involved, yes, and dopamine and all that stuff going on in the brain. But there's something that we recognize, that we see in ourselves, and we're not conscious of that either. It's stuff that goes on in the background. It's the fuel that drives our motivation and gives us our instincts and gives us that push to go after certain things, especially when it comes to other people. So some of you are going to meet people, you're on the same wavelength, and there's going to be like a click goes off. Instant attraction, a chemistry that is the same. The endorphins, you know, if you stood back from somebody that was in that state of mind and in that energy at the moment, you could be, 50 feet away from them and hear the hormones popping on the other side of the room, because that person has spotted somebody else that is very much like them, and they can almost smell that. It's a magnet, and they're attracting. There's something that pulls them together. They will find a common ground and a middle ground, and lo and behold, it seems like everything they say, it's hearing yourself, and that's a big turn on for a lot of people, because there's a connection thing that happens, and it's instant. Falling in love is great. It is all the way around. It has a physical effect on us that's scientifically proven. So how much is common sense, and how much isn't common sense? How much is chemistry? What outweighs it? Which is the stronger force? Is it intellect and common sense, and practicality, or are we driven by our animal urges to go with the endorphins and the dopamines and all the things that do that chemistry pull? Especially with Venus in retrograde, none of us stand a chance while that's going on. We really don't. We could be sent to be feeling, one look at somebody and you go weak in the knees, for heaven's sakes. The person that you've been pining for and watching from afar, and you think they don't even know you exist, will suddenly say something to you or nod to you as they pass, or hello and good day, and you're left dizzy with desire. And your head is spinning and your heart is pumping. The physical effects of falling in love are tremendous. The impact that it has on us is overwhelming. We're suddenly transported. We can be standing here on terra firma 1 second, and the rest of us, that everything that makes up the rest of us, is floating off somewhere in a Pollyanna world where everything is good and right and perfect, and nobody gets hurt, and there's never any tears, and it only rains when it needs to. Living in a perfect world. Don't we wish we all had that? And that's just something that's going to go down for you, for some of you. The other way too is meeting somebody that's like-minded, for those that are wide open and aren't around people that are not free to commit. I'm sorry, that just keeps coming back to me. It cracks me up. Those are the people that have half a chance to get themselves into a committed relationship. If that's what both parties are looking for at this time, because all these things are going on right now. It's just a crazy melting pot of love, this crazy little thing called love. So also at this time, this is a good time for any of you that are talented artistically to start nurturing your skills a little bit more. You may find and unearth extensions of your creativity that you never knew were there and existed, things that you're going to find out. Who would have thunk it that I'd be good at something like that? That kind of a thing. Your keywords are partnerships, creativity, communications, planning, education, travel for some. And I just heard somebody traveling to meet somebody else they've never met before. Guess where they did meet? Right here on the internet. And somebody's gone off to meet their internet lover, I guess you could say. An emotional affair of the heart going on. You're both free. You guys are free to commit. Whoever this is, you're free to commit. But this is an initial meeting. Boys, oh boys, does everything weigh heavy on this? Yes, it does. You have to be careful. Okay? Use your intellect. Anybody that's doing this, that's going on this trip to meet somebody else for the first time, use your intellect and your logic and your common sense, and you might come out of that unscathed. Make sure they're free to commit before you go through all that trouble, though. Six of Swords, all about calm. And this is your message from Spirit. What a fun reading. I think makes me laugh. It makes me smile. My intentions are good. They come from the heart. Not to worry. So when this card shows up, Spirit is telling you this is a time of reassurance and a time of calm. For those of you that have gone through some upheaval lately, I'm not going to go there. I'll just let it go. But some of you may have gone through some chaos and upheaval lately. No shit, Sherlock. The physical, then for some, there's going to be the physical. Stay away from travel, please, but it's there. Physical travel over water. If to narrow it down, you're going over lakes, seas, oceans, bays, something along that line. Moving on for some of you in positive ways. For some of you, it is work related, very positive. Another meaning of this card is a sense of protection, and you need to set your priorities in place as well. To take care, you got to take a certain amount of responsibility for what is important to you and what means something to you in this world. Don't take it for granted. It's always going to be there. Yeah, I could go there again with that, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to do that. Sometimes I get a hold of something, and I'm just like a dog with a bone. I won't let go because it's just too delicious. But anyway, hope I'm not pissing anybody off. That's not my intent. Also, right now, you need to, any people that are, I'm going to try to get through this without, any people that are no longer serving a purpose in your life at this time, you need to do some house cleaning, and you need to get rid of them. Do it with kind and gentle, caring ways, so that you don't rub anybody the wrong way, so that they don't think you're out to destroy them or out to hurt them. You're looking out for your own better interests at this time. It's very important that you do. But you can't have an influx of useless people taking up your time and your space in your life when there's other things that are going on. You just can't do it. You don't have the room for that right now. There's just too much. It's too much. So the card is also telling you not to resist any change as well. So says Spirit. Do not resist any changes that are coming this way. This is part of your destiny. This is your destiny kicking down, shifting down in gear to really send a few points home to you. There are a lot of lessons learned during the month of April. And at the end of the month, there's going to be a lot of new beginnings as well for a lot of you. And your keywords for this card are journey and moving, immigration, safe haven, finding space, finding resolution, and protection. And that is your 5-card spread. Whew. Okay, let's get out the significator. And these cards better behave. Because if something like that comes up again, it's going to be the cards. It won't be me. It'll be the spirit guides having a real good hoot here tonight. I'll tell you that. They do have a sense of humor. Believe you me. They do. We need one significator for this 5-card spread. One significator for the reading. Thank you for this. It's for Leo the Lion. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. There could be other reasons about the commit thing too. I mean, it doesn't, the way I was going on, it doesn't necessarily mean it's that at 100%. There are a lot of things that people can't commit to. For instance, if you know, if you're a single parent, you have children, that would make it so that you're not free to commit. Unless you're with somebody that's like-minded in the same situation as you, then half the battle's already won, because there's a sense of understanding, and there's empathy between the two of you because you're both going through the same thing. So there is that cannot commit kind of thing. Not free to commit because the children come first. A lot of people wouldn't like to uproot their children for the sake of love. Some would. Some wouldn't. Doesn't make it right nor wrong. It's just the way life is. We want one significator. Please let this be it. Is this it? Yes, it is. Beautiful. That felt really good. All right. Interesting. King of Cups. King of Cups. He's a jolly looking fellow. His eyes. All right. My book. There we go. King of Cups. I'm past it. I'm past it. The moment's past. It's not funny no more. The King of Cups is asking you to take the kind of action that he might take. For example, responding calmly in a crisis. Using diplomacy rather than force. Maybe reaching out to help or accepting a different point of view. This card can also represent an atmosphere of caring and tolerance. And somebody's going to be needing that. That's what's going on here. Somebody's going to be needing this energy and praying for tolerance from others. I'm hearing somebody wanting somebody else to understand, to have patience, to be gracious enough to extend a little bit more time as well. This is a good guy, and he's a good energy. He wants fairness, and he's not aggressive, but he's not passive. He is a good energy, and everything about him is about tolerance, and it's about empathy, and it's about caring, and it's about making good things out of maybe not so good things, of always seeing the good in everything, the good in people, the good in their actions, the good in their intentions. Whether they play out as good or not is neither here nor there. It's somebody's intentions that are being put out there. So this card is basically an aid to you and a help for you. I'm going to stop right there. That's going to be my readings for the night. Finish the rest tomorrow. Everybody else is going to have to wait. Leo, I don't know what you thought of. I don't even know what I thought of that. I really don't, other than I had me a real good chuckle. I don't know where that came from. Like I said, the spirit guides, they have an incredible sense of humor. I see it quite a bit. And I'm not always laughing when they're on their backs with their feet in the air, giggling up a storm. I don't always find it funny. And I sense them there, and I sense that's what they're doing. Later on, when my mood springs back and I come back into my normal space, that I see the humor as well. So I wasn't laughing at anybody if you're in a situation like that. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. Also, I'd like to say thanks to my current subscribers. You are the foundation that holds the waters of the greatest tides in the world, and that is the mighty Bay of Fundy. And I thank you for doing that here for Bay of Fundy Fortunes. I greatly appreciate you, and I like all your likes and all your shares, your thumbs up, your thumbs down, your comments that you leave in the section below are fantastic. I really, really like those a lot, and I appreciate them a lot. When you take the time to leave a comment, it does mean something to me. It leaves a little impact and a little mark on me as well. So I can be found on Twitter, on Blogspot, on Google, and on Facebook under my Facebook group, Bay of Fundy Fortunes. Please come and join us there. It's a nice, intimate little group, and we have a lot of fun, and we're all very like-minded people as well. I'm going to stop for now and wish you the very, very best in April. And I'll be continuing on doing the monthlies and then the 3 weeklies that follow to bring us to, so we can see how the month is unfolding. Um, and if energies shift and this kind of a thing, other new things can pop in, but it'll be interesting. So this is going on month 2 with the weeklies, but I'll always do the monthlies. I find the time between the first of the month and rolling around to the monthly. Boy, this last March was just, it felt like it had been months since I've done any monthlies, and I really enjoyed doing the monthlies more than I do the weeklies. I really like the monthlies. Anyways, I'm going to stop right there with the yammering. I'm probably talking to myself, and everybody's already shut me off already. From my heart to yours, get the most that you can out of the month. Take the initiative. Don't lay back. You're the one in control of your life. And April's a beautiful time of the year. It really, really can be. It is so fresh and so new. Everything about it is beautiful. Even the stupid, crazy snowstorms that might still blow through. Anyway, for those of you that are looking for me, you can always find me right here or down here on the beach, walking along the water's edge of the mighty Bay of Fundy. And you can always find me waiting on the next high tide, no matter. Thank you very much. And good night.